And today you are with me on the ethnic Bidayuh to understand deep of the ethnic Bidayuh identity, tradition, and belief. So after this lecture, I would like to hear some kind of question from all of you, and I'll try my best to answer wherever possible. All right, let's go to the session content. Part 1 will be the introduction, the origins and the settlements of the Bidayuh people. And part 2 will be the Bidayuh identity. And part 3 will be the adat and the customary law of the Bidayuh people. All right, the introduction. Okay, I put there quite a number of pictures for you to digest, because pictures speaks thousands of words. That is the first few appearance of the Bidayuh people of Sarawak. So now let's go to the description about the Bidayuh people. Now, W.R. Giddes in 1975 in his book, The Nine Dayak Nights, for your information, Professor Giddes was actually a professor from the Australian National University, residing or doing his research in the Bidayuh hinterland in the Mandu Tapa kampong of the Serian district. And this is what he described about the Bidayuh people in his book. Knowing the land Dayaks, I now believe that they are the finest people in Borneo, nor are the land Dayaks boastful. Visitors to them who have known other people of Sarawak are often struck by their modest quietness. Right? Now, who are the Bidayuh people? Or in our own Bidayuh dialect, asih kita Bidayuh da Binuarti. Who are the Bidayuh people? The Bidayuh are the fourth largest ethnic groups in Sarawak, after the Ibans, the Chinese, and the Malays. Statistic of 2020 stated that the Bidayuh population is 226,000, or 8.4% of the whole population of Sarawak. And this is statistic released by Economic Planning Unit of the Chief Minister's Office in 2020. Right now, that is the graph showing the entire population of Sarawak. And we Bidayuh falls on the fourth largest ethnic groups in Sarawak. Right, now let's understand the distribution of the Bidayuh people. Where the Bidayuh people settles, where are they found? Now, if we care to go to Lundu, if we happen to be in Lundu, that is where the Bidayuh Selako Rara group of the Bidayuh people are found, in Lundu. In Bau, there are the Bidayuh of Bau Jagoy, Singan. They're found in the Bau district. And in the Peninsula Padawan district, the Biata, the Penyawa, the Tibia, they resides or they settle in the Padawan Siburan district. And the Syrian will be the Bukar Sadu. The Syrian district will be the Bukar and the Bisadu Bidayuh. Bidayuh settlements, the Bukar Sadu Bidayuh are found in Serian and Batu districts. The Jago Singai Bidayuh are found in Bau and partly Dulu districts. The Biata, Penyawa, and Tibiak Bidayuh are found in Kuching, Siburan, and Padawan district. And this statistic, and this is what we have researched in the Council of the Native Customs and Tradition of Sarawak in the Adat Bidayuh in 1994. Right, let's go to the literature review of the Bidayuh people, or what has been written about the Bidayuh people by our writers, by our researchers all these years, all this while. Pringle in 1997 said that Bidayuh people are known as Land Dayaks, a term initiated during the Brooke administration. Ruth in 1968 mentioned that the word Land Dayak referred to a settlement of the Bidayuh tribe who are found living in the hilly area and foot of the mountains. Right. And Sarawak Tribune reported that Yang Berhormat Datuk Petinggi Jabu Anak Numpang, the Deputy Chief Minister then, when tabling the bill on the native of Sarawak, saying that sometimes it was necessary to amend the interpretation ordinance to discard some old terminologies or names which are given by the Brooke and colonial administration, especially to the ethnic or native communities in Sarawak. That was where, when he tabled it, the Dayak terminology is now known as Bidayuh. All right, now, despite different languages and dialects, the Bidayuh community never considered themselves to be from a different group. The spirit of unity and belonging among the Bidayuh community is still strong and intact until today. The main unifying factor of the Bidayuh community is the active role and supported by the Dayak Bidayuh National Association, or the DBNA, by a group of Bidayuh intellectuals from Bau, Lundu, Pedesaan, Pedawan, and Serian, with the aim of unifying the Bidayuh community of different languages and dialects through education and culture. And this is what Dato' Peter Minos mentioned in his book, The Future of the Dayak Bidayuh in Malaysia, in 2002. Right, this is our headquarters, the headquarters of the Dayak Bidayuh National Association, the body that was registered on 22nd September in 1955 as the Bidayuh National Association, BNA at the time, under the Societies Act or under the Societies Ordinance in 1947. Thus was born a new consciousness and awakening in the Bidayuh hinterland for their own identity, heritage, and existence as community. Now it is known as Dayak Bidayuh National Association. That is our headquarters at Jalan Kumpang of Jalan Ong Tiang Sui, right? The DBNA headquarters. Now, Gidas in 1954 stated that the Dayak communities, the Land Dayak community, live in hilly and mountainous areas. The Bidayuh community maintained their land for several generations, migrating and settling everywhere compared to their own tribe, compared to other tribes in Sarawak. That is what Gidas mentioned in his book in 1954, The Nine Dayak Land. Now, Hewitt in 1961 mentioned that the Land Dayak believed to be the earliest people to inhabit the island of Borneo, which is the Sungkong district of Kalimantan, Indonesia, about 20 generations before the eruption of Mount Krakatoa. Right. Now, Range in 2006 mentioned that the Bidayuh have a story that in ancient times, they are living in the coastal areas of Western Borneo. Some of them move further and further inland in order to avoid being taken as slaves, preyed upon by pirates, harassed by lackeys of the Sultan of Brunei, the overlord of Sarawak before Brooke Raj, hunted by headhunters and cheated through the unfair trading system by forced trade. Nevertheless, they had to continually contend with this hardship until the Brooke came. Right. Chua in 2007 mentioned that during pre-independence negotiations, however, it was introduced as an indigenous replacement of the Land Dayak, an ambition augmented in 1955 by the establishment of Dayak Bidayuh National Association to bring various Bidayuh dialectical groups under one umbrella body. Okay, that is the international boundary of the island of Borneo. You can see now, you can see there the boundary with the red mark. You see here, that is the island of Borneo. The northern, the upper part is ruled by the British at one time, and the lower part, the Kalimantan Borneo, is ruled by the Dutch. So the entire of this Borneo island in the earlier days that were found, that is actually where the Bidayuh people were found, where the Bidayuh people settled. But because the international boundary now separates us, we now found to be in Sarawak. We are now found to be in Malaysia. But in the actual fact, we are the earliest. We actually the Bidayuh are the earliest inhabitants of Pulau Borneo. Yeah, because of the international boundary, some Bidayuh are now found in Indonesia, and some are found in Malaysia. All right. Now, faces of the Bidayuh legends, the Padawan ring ladies, a very popular ring ladies of the Bidayuh legends. I think you must have seen that this group of ring ladies. Yeah, they are still the last frontier of the Bidayuh people in the traditional costume, maintaining their traditional costume, maintaining the authenticity of the Bidayuh outfit with the rings on their legs. Yeah, and they have been taken to promote the Bidayuh race or the Bidayuh identity to France, to Italy, by the Ministry of Tourism of Sarawak, and not to mention our local tourism here. They have been part and parcel of the promotions. Right? This is a session of meetings in the Bale Gambang in the traditional era of the Bidayuh. That's the identity of the Bidayuh. The culture, we go to part 2 of my slides, of my lectures. That's the identity of the Bidayuh people in our cultural costume. Right, the Bidayuh community. The Bidayuh community are agricultural community within their respective territories or plots or yards or gardens, separated by nature, by natural demarcations such as rocks and streams. Ritual activities or serious discussions about customs are held in the Baruk or Panga, where every village has one. So this is where, once again, where the Bidayuh ethnic or sub-ethnics are found. The Selako, again in Lulu, Samatan, the Jago, Singai in Bau, the Beta, Padawan in Siburan, the Bung Sedung in Siburan and Serian Batu, and the Kuching Tengah in Kuching. Yeah, as you can see, our the Bidayuh ladies there on the Bidayuh traditional costumes. Right. We have 29 types of different dialects. The Bidayuh have 29 types of a different dialect, Though we are found in Kuching, in Bau, in Lulu, in Penasian Padawan, we are actually speaking different dialects. And it's quite difficult to understand it. And it's actually quite far different. Right? Like the Bidayuh people, the ethnic group of the Bidayuh, the Pro, the Pisitang, the Biata, the Penyawa, the Anna, the Tibia, the Braang, the Simpok, the Bongo, the Sembat, in the daerah Kuching. They're speaking different dialect, but they understand each other. So in Serian, Bidayuh and Serian having different tones and dialects and expression, like the Bibuka, the Sembat, the Mentu, the Sumpas, Temung, Taup, Garu, Riih, Gahat, and Suntas. In Bau, the Singai people, the Jago people, the Serembu, the Gumbang, the Trigus, they speak with different tone of the Bidayuh dialects. But they understand each other, we understand each other. But it is quite difficult to understand the Selako. They are too far different. The Selako, the Gajing Selako, the Sungkuku Selako, the Rara Selako in the Bidayuh, in the Lulu district. All right, this is sources of this is taken from my meet in 2002. All right, now belief and tradition and religion. The Bidayuh, the old belief and tradition of the Bidayuh people are actually paganism. The Bidayuh tradition, the traditional Bidayuh practice animism, yeah, worshipping the spirits of ancestors and the spirit of surrounding the world. They are actually pagans. Yeah, they believe that they have guardians around them. Guardians mean the spirit which is not seen around them. Big festivals like the Gawai Dayak, Gawai Sarawak on 1st of June are practiced for the spirit, to appease them, to offer them, and to appreciate them, particularly the spirit of Pedi. Now, most of the Bidayuh people practice teaching of Christianity. What actually makes the Bidayuh people choose to be in these teachings, to choose to be Christians? Factors including new modern religions and lack of Gawai chief constellation ceremonies, ceremonies or rituals to be practiced less. For example, Gawai Sarawak, because they found that Christianity is actually the modern religion that can bring them together to modernization, to advancement, to modern religion. And in some areas, in some kampong, are found to be, there are Bidayuh having or Muslims. Few kampongs in Serian, few kampongs in Bau, they are Muslims. Right, occupation and commerce. Bidayuh by nature, I mean, we are talking about the rural inhabitants. They are rice cultivators for family consumption. Small scale of cash crops, plantations like palm oil, peppers, pineapple, and rubber. And in town, you can see that they are serving in the public and the private sectors. All right, that is our Bidayuh traditional attire. Okay, right. Now I'm actually wearing the Bidayuh traditional attire. All right, ceremonies and celebration of the Bidayuh people. One is the Gawai Sarawak or Gawai Sarawak Harvest Festival. That is the ceremonies, one of the service. Two, the festival that marks a period of rest held just after the harvest seasons end. That is the Gawai Sarawak. What is the purpose of the Gawai Sarawak? The Gawai Sarawak is to appease and to summoning the spirit of Pedi from the Pedi fields to return to their respective resting place, to their respective sheds, so that they do not wander in the Pedi fields. And offerings to the gods for protections and abundance of harvest from the Pedi farms. That is Gawai Sarawak. Right, that is Gawai Impaling Sarawak. Gawai Sarawak or Gawai Impaling Sarawak. You see, the now in the modern days, it is celebrated in this manner in the longhouse. This pictures is actually taken in Kampung Kuching Gawai, Kampung Kuching Awah Gawai, both in Kampung Kuching Awah Gawai, and the black and white photo is actually from Kampung Pridan in the 1950s. Right. Gawai Nyopeng ataupun Gawai Nyopang. The Gawai Nyopang is conducted to appease the spirit of the ancestors so as to keep the village in full protections of enemy attack and make the village prosper and in living and harmony. A ceremony to drive away subtle creatures so that they don't cause illness to the villagers and to protect their crops. A modern of a small boat to be constructed to transport the delicate creatures to place apart from the rivers within this, and then during the Gawai, and to perform mass healing. Gawanyobeng. This is Gawanyobang. And now in all the Bidayuh, entire Bidayuh area, it is only practiced actively in Kampong Gumbang, Bau. Right. Now, Pesta Buruma. Pesta Buruma is actually almost a state event, a collaboration of the Dayak Bidayuh National Association with Ministry of Tourism and the Government of Sarawak to conduct the Pesta Buruma, or we call it Harvest Festival. This is before COVID, it was conducted once in 2 years. So Pesta Buruma or Buruma Festival or Rami Anugawai is a gathering of the Bidayuh community to celebrate the rice crop and harvest. The festival is often celebrated by the Bidayuh community after carrying out planting activities and Buruma or harvesting rice. That is part of, in the picture you can see part of the events of the Gawai Buruma. Now our culture and heritage. The Baruk, the Pangah, or the Bale Gambang, our communal building, is our heritage. That is what is in the picture now is actually the Bidayuh architectural heritage, and which we still preserve until today. And this you can see and you can find in the Sarawak Culture Village, in Kampong Opar, Kampong Gumbang, or Kampong Sudoh in Bau, and new administration office in Bagian Serian is also the architecture is also adapting the architecture of the Baruk. Right, that is the Baruk in Kampong Opar, and another one, a small picture is about in Kampong Gumbang. That's our architecture. The Bale Gambang in Kampong Tai. And on the right is the Baruk that we can see in the Sarawak Culture Village. That is our heritage as well. The Tambok, Anak Ungang we call it. Our headgear, the ladies' headgear, the hat, and few other accessories, traditional accessories that we still keep and we are proudly wearing. Today, as you can see now, I'm also wearing that part of these accessories. Yeah. All right, in the Bidayuh village or in Bidayuh long house or in Bidayuh house, some of it now, even though we are actually living in a modern house, but they're bound to have the abu inside the in long house, the abu inside the house, which is actually to preserve our heritage and partly, of course, our cooking place. And on the right, you can see the pictures of the Mak Tanju, which is found or commonly erected in the Bidayuh village. Right, who are the Bidayuh at the global stage? Now, the Bidayuh community is rejoicing over the achievement of the 25 years old Dewi Liana Sarista, who became the first Bidayuh woman to be crowned Miss Malaysia World in 2014. That was 2014. That is Dewi Liana Sarista, Anak Bidayuh, Miss Malaysia, Miss World, Miss Malaysia World. And then we have Pandela Renong, who is now Dato' Pandela Renong Pam, right? Is a Malaysian diver. She has won 2 Olympic medals and 7 World Championship medals for Malaysia. We have Brony Gunyau Gustin, who is a powerlifting champion who broke the Paralympics record at the Tokyo 2020 Paralympic Games. Anak Bidayuh from Syria. Yeah, Panderela is from Kampung Jugan Bau. Dewi is from Kampung Semeba, Kuching. Right now, I will be talking on the adat and the customary law on part 3 of my lecture, on my slide. Okay, the Bidayuh customs practice adat. What is adat? Adat is a primary function of the primary function of the adat in the Bidayuh society is to maintain a harmonious relationships among members of the physical and spiritual well-being of the kupo. Kupo is village. Yeah? Any breach of customs may threaten the relationship and the spiritual well-being of the community, such as health and material prosperity of the people. In order to preserve a cohesive community life and maintain the continuing state of spiritual and physical well-being, adat must be strictly adhered. The highest party responsible for keeping and maintaining traditional practice is under the authority of Temenggung, assisted by Pemancar and Pegulu, and the head of the kupo or the village. That protects the adat, that makes the law and order in the village to be properly observed and properly dealt with. This is what Lembat in 1994 wrote in the Adat Bidayuh 1994. Right now, what Gides said about our Bidayuh Adat, the strongest of the forces binding the villages, the Bidayuh, together into a community are the common adat. That is possessions, common work, common fears, and common protection. In my book, The Bidayuh Belief and Tradition, I wrote in my research, I concluded the Bidayuh belief that common possessions, common work, common security, and protections are protected by the adat that unites and preserves them. These are the series of books of the adat book, buku adat, the 1994 Adat Bidayuh, in 5 series. That is the Seratu Rara, Selaku Rara. This is the Adat Bidayuh of the Selaku Rara, Adat Bidayuh of the Pemikiran Biata, Adat Bidayuh of the we have the English version, the universal version, the English version, Adat Bidayuh Sandak Bukar Sadu, and Adat Bidayuh Sinda Bau Jago. So we have 4 series with one, the Bidayuh, the English version of the adat, or the Bidayuh community adheres to the adat, which separate Bidayuh rules and written laws in the Bidayuh customary law, written in 1994, Bidayuh Adat. Right. What do we know about adat? What do we know about the Bidayuh culture and tradition? Under the Adat Bidayuh, under the Dayak Bidayuh Adat, yeah, you are guilty unless you can prove that you are innocent. Whereas under the British law or our modern law or our modern the law that we are practicing now, whereas under the British law, you are innocent unless you are found guilty. That is the opposite. But we Bidayuh, the moment you break the norms, the tradition, the culture in the village of the Bidayuh people, you are already considered and you are already found guilty, where you will be brought to the Baruk or the communal building and to be judged by the village elders, the keepers of the adat, the keepers of the tradition. You are already found guilty unless you can prove that you are innocent, and you have to defend yourself in that mahkamah, in that house of court, that is the Baruk. Okay, so this is very interesting about the Bidayuh customary law. This is taken from the book written by William Nice in 1989, the study of Dayak Bidayuh occults, arts, and divination. All right, now let's move on to to keep peace and harmony in the kampung. The entire Bidayuh people living in the kampung, the Bidayuh villages, will have to, or would have to, or must keep the spirit of kampung love. They must love the kampung, they must love the people, they must love the tradition, they must love the culture in order to maintain good relations between communities as a sign of peace so that mistakes are not repeated. Controlling the social activities of the community or the village, the do's and the don'ts, to be adhered and to be observed strictly. To create the feelings of personal royalty and sense of belongings among the community. The kampung love, be loyal to your village. Support your village. Stay. Sing and swim with your cultures and with your traditions as practiced in the village. That is what we call kampung love. The spirit of kampung love. A song which is popularized by one very, very popular modern video band, the Acid Rain. Right. Violation of adats and customary. What is actually meant by violation of adat and customary in the Bidayuh community? Proceed or payment coexist as a fine that through the social control of the community, among others, through mockery and gossips of the community, words or behavior that are disgusting and insulting, resulting in ostracism, violation of customs and culture, as well as behavior that is not liked by many. And this is one of the defined violation of violation of the adat. And you have to pay, proceed for it, or fine, quote unquote. It exists on the agreement or general agreement of the community through the habit of social norms. The main type of offenses for which proceeds in the fine is charged. Number one, the main type, the crime or offenses against the local communities in terms of violation. Two, religious restrictions, belief, and taboos. Violation of crimes involving injury or death. Violence, crimes involving injury or death. Cases of theft and robbery, and sexual offenses. So, all right. Now, when you are entering or when you are visiting, when you are going to visit, when you visit the Bidayuh village, there is procedures and norm of the adat that you need to observe. You know, to enter the Bidayuh village is not just like what we did in town. There is SOP for that. That is the standard operation procedures for it. Number one, before entering the village, first inform the penu'uh binwa or the ketua kampung about your purpose of arrival. Because we Bidayuh are very, very protective to our communities and the village. And it is our right actually to know and to ask and to inquiry any reasons for the purpose of your visit. But of course, we know that you are coming with good faith, but as a matter of respect and as a matter of courtesy, please inform the Pinua or any village elders. If you want to meet someone, for example, you want to get certain information, meet with the Ketua Kampung first and explain your intentions. This particularly applies to our foreign guests, our tourists, and all that. Yeah? Do not enter the village if there are signs indicating that the village or the loghouse is in a restricted state. For example, a wooden bar in front of the center of the entrance of the village. Now, if there is anything which prohibits us to enter the village for certain reasons, because of tradition, because of the restrictions on the culture or on the tradition, which may not allow us to enter for just within that period of time, there is always sign erected in the interior of the kampung. Normally, it is in the form of cross erected in the main entrance of the village. So we know that you are all curious about it, but do make query, do ask, yeah, and maintain discipline. Don't make any intention to meet or fall in love with any village woman or girl before knowing her background. You have to, you have to introduce yourself nicely, properly, and be friendly. You will be easily accepted as part of our community, right? Our society. And when you enter the forest in the Bidayuh area, do not be nosy. Speak politely. Do not disturb fruit trees or any trees. Do not move stones or wood without the permission of your host. Sometimes these woods or stones are the house or the nest of creatures that we can't see. There's a guard there. Believe that the sound of birds carries bad omens, bad meanings, then postpone your trip. If you sneeze before starting the journey, yeah, it is always a sign of bad omens. Then turn them. If there is any animals passing in front of you before starting your journey, then better delay your journey. Do not walk around or walk in the hot rain because it's believed that ghost spirit roaming about. Take a point of grass and place it under your ear or signs of self-protection if you are trapped in the forest under the hot rain. Now, the Bidayuh tradition believe that. The Bidayuh believe that if you are trapped in the forest under the hot rain, just pick one or two grass and place it on the top of your head or your ears, and that becomes your protection. You are fine. No problem. Now, why is it very, very, very important for you to discipline yourself, for you to observe all distances in the forest? Because the Bidayuh people believe that in the forest, there are always inhabitants which we cannot see. The spirit roaming around the forest which we cannot see. And that is why in certain area of the forest or the jungle, when we enter and we don't really observe disciplines, observe the do's and the don'ts, that will be the turning point. You might get lost in the midst of the thick jungle or the thick forest. So be careful, Padan. Now, the monetary value of the Bidayuh items according to the adat. These are the things that you need to prepare in order to pay for your fines if you violate the adats. You see, the few jars that we have there, the few sizes of jars, you are fined in accordance to the adat Bidayuh, and the severity of your violations of the adat will depend. I mean, the amount of fines that you have to give or they have to pay for violating the adat is determined by that size, right? Now, in the old days, in a very traditional era, you will have to pay for your fine in the form of animals, the pigs, and the fowls, chicken, and even the paragilang there. The Bibukar Bidayuh call it buko. Yeah. What are the rituals items that you need to prepare for your fine if you violate the adat? One, the pig, not less than 35 kilo, worth 500 ringgit. Those days, now could be more. The jar or the tanjau, worth about 800 ringgit. Sword, the parang, worth about 400 ringgit. Foal, siok, yeah, about 50 ringgit. Tawak, the gong, the big gong, the tawak. Those days is 100 ringgit, but now it could be more. Could be even up to the tune of 2,000, few thousands. Gong, 500. Canang, 300. Langwi, 500. Talam, tabak, talam, the what do you call the shield, 500. The sulang, the spear, the parang, and sometimes you have to pay it, use your blasu or white cloth, right? Those are the items, and these are the list of items again that you need to that you need to present to pay for your fine if you violate the adat, right? The gong, the tajau, and all that. Right, that is the forest, our elders preparing the forest in the form of force. Yeah. All right, I'm actually on the end, reaching the end of my lecture. And till we meet again, thank you very much. On the right side there, that is the black and white picture there, was me and my late mom. I was only 1 year old. That picture was actually from the archive of Sarawak Museum when I did my research. And suddenly I found an album in the Sarawak Museum archive, my kampong Pantang. I flipped through, I found that, and I asked permission for it to be what do you call, recopied. And I took it back to kampong and I showed to my mom, my late mom said, yes, that was you, 1 year old little boy. You just imagine. Kasihan kan? On the right, on the color picture, that is now me. Yeah, that is now me. All right, thank you very much. And till we meet again, if you are interested to know my contact, that's my contact. Yeah, can be contacted. My handphone is 013-804-8566, and that's my email. Chaliungang@sarawakgolf.my, and then chaliungang@gmail.com. All right, those are the references. These are references that I list down just in case you may not, just in case you may be interested. So thank you very much. And now I'm ready to take questions, but before that, allow me to have a cup of water. Thank you.